Corey Sherwood, Lionel Longman, and Larry Snell are down on the ground as judges. Jenna Hutchins on the first and second corner. Wayne Temple on the third and fourth corner. Lisa Garrow is our official timer, and Jesse Gillen, the UPCCA secretary, are up alongside myself, Brennan Jack, Burton Manitoba, manager of Heartland and Burton, and the owner of Jack Auction Group, and I am just tickled to be here. We've also got a vehicle that needs to be moved. Again, folks, 041 JCL on Equinox need to be moved, and also reminding the girls are selling drinks up in the corral at the top of the grandstand as well, so you don't even need to head down to the beer gardens if you like a cool beverage. Here we go for heat number 1, ladies and gentlemen, and on my golly, we're ready to go for the Westland Insurance Chuck Wagon races here on night number 2. Barrel number 3 will be the Dustin Arcan outfit rolling into barrel number 3, running for Grayson Newfield Boys Drill Team. Barrel 2 is Larry Schnell's outfit, Solonego Farms, and Connor Richardson, Jack Auction Group, heat number 1. It should be good. Good luck. There's the horn and a good looking start. Bring him around. Larry Schnell outfit off of number 2 barrel. A little bit of a tough start off of number 3 barrel, but the Schnell outfit is up there flying in the front end. Solonego Farms, Dakota Schnell ahead by 2. Jack Auction Group, Connor Richardson in second. And Dustin Arcan in third with the Grayson Newfield Boys Group Realty as they head around the first 2 corners. Let's pick them up. LH County backstretch is where we're at right now, and it's all Solonego Farms. He's ahead by 2.5 over Jack Auction Group, our rookie driver in his first year of wagon racing. Dustin Arcan sits in third right now as they glide into that third corner as he runs for the Grayson Newfield Boys Group Realty. We're on the third and fourth corner now, and Larry Schnell's outfit, Solonego Farms, is the clear favorite right now, ahead by 2.5. Jack Auction Group, the rookie, Carl Richardson's along the rail. And in third, he is still the Dustin Arcan outfit as they make their way down the Louis Dreyfus homestretch drive towards the Yorkton high on the finish line. Wide and wide, Solonego Farms are clear winner here. Jack Auction Group second, Carl Richardson. And Dustin Arcan rolls in to be third in heat number 1. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was out to get her done. A very, very nice heat. Yesterday, we were plagued with penalties, ladies and gentlemen. We were just right full. Never seen so many penalties in a wagon show. We had a lot of penalties out there. But again, today, we are certainly looking for clean heats out there. And we certainly expect to see a lot of great races. Heat number 2, we're going to look for TJ Moosetail, Hugh Jack, and Calvin Mormon will be our drivers in heat number 2. TJ Moosetail, Hugh Jack, and Calvin Longman will be our drivers in heat number 2. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you are driving a black Chevy Equinox and the Saskatchewan license plate is 041 JCL, you need to move that vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. They're in zone 1, you know where that is. You need to get your vehicle moved, ladies and gentlemen. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the girls are selling drinks up in the NL Corral at the top of the grandstand, ladies and gentlemen. So right up there, we're getting prepared for this evening performance. It starts at 9 o'clock. So we've got beautiful ladies up there selling the beverages, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, the sun's starting to go down a little bit. The temperature's going to cool off. It's going to be a beautiful summer night, ladies and gentlemen. We don't get too many days of this plus 30, plus 40, so we appreciate it. Here's a young man that's certainly doing a great job here in his first year. This is Jack Auction Group and the Connor Richardson outfit. He ran the track with a time of 69.09, plus 2 for a delay of race, 71.09. Dustin Arcan, 69.40, ran the track, plus 2 for being ahead of the barrel at the start of the horn, plus 2 for teasing. Puts 4-second penalties on him. Larry Schnell, the winner there, Solonego Farms, 67.04, 67.04. Well, we started out much like yesterday with penalties in the early heats. We're sure hoping that we can get a penalty-free heat before heat number 8. It took us all the way to heat 8 before we had a penalty-free heat last night. Let's hope for a penalty-free heat tonight. My goodness, you couldn't have asked for nicer weather here right now. Got a beautiful breeze. It is a little warm up there, so make sure to keep yourselves hydrated, folks. This is heat number 2. Leading the men, here's your number 2 junior chuck wagon of the year right now, TJ Moosetail, running for Mary Mountain Feeders out of Marydale, Manitoba. That's Dave Cockrell out there, out of Goblin, Manitoba. He's sponsoring the TJ Moosetail outfit. Barrel number 2 is Huey Jack. He's a second-generation wagon grade driver, son of Dennis Jack out there, long-time Turian driver, and he's running for the Pro Soils Ag Supply Retailer. And he's the nephew of Billy Jack as well, long-time wagon driver. He's off the number 2 barrel. And barrel number 1 is Calvin Longman, affordable livestock equipment, been in the wagon box a long time. And he's off the number 1 barrel tonight. This is heat number 2. Good luck. Good looking start. Gonna have to put another Looney in off the number 3 barrel. Heads up there, Huey, as they head out of town. Calvin's in a bit of a whirlwind. Missed the bottom barrel out there as he's leaving town. Tough luck for the big man from Calvington out there. And Huey Jack looked like a pretty good start out the number 2 barrel for Pro Soils. A young man, TJ Moosetail, Mary Mountain Feeders. He had all kinds of trouble off the start. But as they head down the backstretch, let's pick him up. We're down the LH County backstretch drive. We're northbound. Affordable livestock equipment, Calvin Longman. Strange little mistake there as he missed his bottom barrel. But Calvin, he's always a safe driver. Didn't want to have any trouble, so he just decided to miss the bottom barrel and make sure he was safe in the bottom. And we appreciate that. Hugh Jack for Pro Soils Ag Supply sitting in second. He's got a pretty nice run happening here. And then back in third is Mary Mountain Feeders and TJ Moosetail. These are junior drivers. They're down the 4th and final corner, heading down the little drive for home stretch. Calvin Longman still leading the way. Affordable livestock equipment. We're going to have trouble catching him here. He comes down the wire. It's affordable livestock equipment for the win. Hugh Jack, Pro Soils Ag Supply for second. And Mary Mountain Feeders. That'll be TJ Moosetail. He'll roll in to be third here on heat number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to heat number 3 and look for Justin Long, Bert Bueller, and Blair Bowler will be our drivers in heat number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I tell you, we've got such a fantastic group of outfits here in our show, ladies and gentlemen. It's just second to none what you see here in the wagon show here in Yorkton. On behalf of the Yorkton Exhibition, we appreciate you, the fans, for paying admission to come and watch the races, and we certainly appreciate each and every one of the drivers for being here as well. Heat number 3 is next in. Justin Long, Bert Bueller, Blair Bowler, your drivers in heat number 3. Justin Long, Bert Bueller, and Blair Bowler, your drivers in heat number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic group that we have here, ladies and gentlemen, from drivers all over the place. And again, we appreciate each and every one of you. Tyler Sherwood, can you pay attention to your phone over there? Tyler Sherwood, can you pay attention over there for 5 seconds? Appreciate it, big guy. Mary Mountain Feeders making their way back. That is TJ Moosetail, our number 2 junior man. Calvin Longman, affordable livestock equipment out there. And Hugh Jack, Pro Soils Ag Supply. Alright. We're going to give you the times for heat number 2. And again, we've seen we're going to have penalties in that one. And here, let's see if we can make them out. Calvin Longman around the track 69.28. And he's going to have 10 seconds for missed barrel and 5 seconds for interference for 15 seconds worth of penalties there. Hugh Jack ran a clean race, 70.39. TJ Moosetail ran the track, 76.92, plus 5 for a barrel and 2 for hazing. So those are the penalties from heat number 2. Heat number 3, we're getting in line and we're going to go to Justin Long for DHW Industrial. He's going to be in barrel number 3. Bert Bueller, veteran driver from Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan, running for Dusty Roads Hauling, will be off the number 2 barrel. Watch for Bert to be quick. He's always got a hard charging outfit. The Justin Long outfit was very quick yesterday. Blair Bowmer's team, always a contender as well. They were in the money yesterday for G&H Green Farms. Ronnie Bob to do the driving. Justin Long into 3. Bert Gilder into 2. And Blair Bowmer into 1. This is heat number 3. Good luck. There's the horn of the charge is underway. Oh, we got a barrel down. Number 1 barrel is down. Bert Gilder, Dusty Roll Takers, always going to put the rail on them as they head out of town. Bert Gilder, always going to have a rail run. This is going to be fast. Bert Gilder is in the lead. Dusty Rhodes leading the way. Dusty Rhodes hauling and Bert Gilder. He's got Justin Long to his outside. DHW Industrial and Blair Bowmer. G&H Grain Farms as we're down the LH accounting backstretch. It's Dusty Rhodes hauling and Bert Gilder is along the rail. He's got company coming to his outside. Justin Long, DHW Industrial, and Riley Broughton has found an opening in the middle for the Blair Bowmer outfit. G&H Grain Farms. We're on the 3rd and 4th corner now. The veterans in along the rail. Dusty Rhodes hauling Bert Gilder. Does he have enough to hold on? Justin Long's in the middle. DHW Industrial and Blair Bowmer. Riley Broughton up the middle. G&H Grain Farms is going to get there for the win. Bert Gilder in the second. Dusty Rhodes hauling. And DHW Industrial. Justin Long. Heat number 3. Heat number 4. Casey Peterson, Calvin Harwick, and Heat Brooks. Heat number 4. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, we had a barrel down in that one, so we know that we for sure don't have another penalty-free heat. So we are kind of on the same train as we went down through yesterday. It took us all the way to heat number 8 before we got a clean heat out there. All right, here's some times on that heat. Blair Bowmer ran the track 67.05 plus 5 for a barrel. Bert Gilder 67.71 and Justin Long 67.84. There's Bert Gilder and the Dusty Rhodes hauling. Justin Long, DHW Industrial, zipping their way back. All right, we're going to go to heat number 4. Casey Peterson. Casey Peterson. Motor City Farms will be in barrel number 3. He's going to run Kevin Garrow's wagon tonight. Had a little bit of equipment problem. Had a small wreck there at Porcupine Plains, so still repairing the wagon. So Kevin Garrow's offered his wagon to Casey, offered the number 3 barrel. Barrel 2 is Calvin Harwick, GX94, 34-year sponsor of Calvin Harwick. Fortunately, Calvin had some barrel trouble yesterday, but man, his outfit was very, very fast. And Hayden Rooks, Dennis Jeff Holmes, Casey Peterson's outfit currently number 11 in the aggregate. This is a good one. Heat number 4, Peterson in 3, Harwick in 2, Rooks in 1. Good luck. Heat 4. Here's the horn of the charge is underway. Oh, Heat is still off run. Leader's not cooperating. Plays goes. He got him. Here's the right here. Going to hold the rail. Who's going to be tough against Calvin Harwick? Calvin's clear of the rail. Now Hayden has to go around. Man, he wanted the rail bad. But it's Calvin Harwick, GX94, calls to his ponies up against Kevin Garrell with the Casey Peterson team with Motor City Farms. And Hayden Brooks has to trail the field. Oh, and then it's Chuck Holmes as they head down the LH Accounting backstretch. It's Kevin Garrell with the Casey Peterson outfit leads away with Motor City Farms. GX94 and Calvin Harlequin along the rail, saving ground. And Hayden Brooks, Dennis Chuck Holmes sits in third, trailing the field about 2.5 lengths behind. In an unfamiliar spot, but it's Casey Peterson's outfit leading the way. They're having trouble catching, and Motor City Farms are motoring on the front end. They want to do the top tag tonight, and here they're going to try and do it for you, folks. Casey Peterson and Motor City Farms for the way GX94. Nice run for Calvin Harlequin and Dennis Chuck Holmes. And Hayden Brooks will have to settle for third in heat number 4. Heat number 5, drivers come on in. Clint Solomon, Larry Solomon, and Jody Drexler. Heat number 5, Clint Solomon, Larry Solomon, and Jody Drexler. Our drivers, heat number 5. You know, folks, we certainly appreciate all of the drivers that are here, the past drivers, and I know I'm not going to catch them all, but I certainly want to give a shout out to the ones that I have seen out there. Kenny Haggard out there, George Sanderson, Jim Jedlicka, Ronnie Moore, George Ellery, Dave Holloway, Ryan Peterson, Larry Wickstrom, Rick Aldhouse, Gilles Garrow. Also one of the long-time announcers here, Ed Jenkins, who was the voice of the EPCCA for many, many years, as well as long-time Tyler Daphne Wickstrom. Tell you what, we appreciate all of those past drivers and past staff of the EPCCA. Let's give them all a great big round of applause, all those past drivers for being here with us. We appreciate them so very much, man. They certainly entertained us for many, many years. Here's some times on here, and we knew it was going to be fast. Listen to this one. Casey Peterson, Motor City Farms, 63.90. 63.90. Calvin Harlequin, GX94, 64.98. 64.98. And the Hayden Brooks outfit, 66.60. So we definitely have a clear winner there. Casey Peterson and Calvin Harlequin will sit number 1 and 2 for the night so far. Here comes the GX94 wagon, and that's Calvin Harlequin as he makes his way past. 34-year sponsor there, GX94 with the Calvin Harlequin chuck wagon there. We certainly appreciate all of those sponsors for looking after those drivers. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're now on to heat number 5. And let's rock and roll here for heat number 5. Clint Solomon is going to roll into barrel number 3, longtime driver, son of Lane Solomon, and he is going to be in number 3 barrel tonight for Bobbitt, the roofing, the black and the blue chuck wagon, and the black shirt. Barrel 2 with the red shirt on, the West Coast Amusements outfit, the old president himself, Larry Solomon, off the number 2 barrel. And the number 1 barrel is Jody Drexler for Remax, Revolution Realty, Nancy Johnson. So 3 long-time competitors. You never know, any of these can spin out a day money win like nothing. Clint Solomon's going to load into barrel number 3. Larry Solomon's going to load into barrel number 2. And Jody Drexler into 1. This is heat number 5. Place your bets. Ooh, this should be an anthem. Good luck. Here's the horn of the tide is underway. Stay off them barrels. A little slow off 3 for Clint Solomon. Jody's in a bit of a whirlwind off 1. Can he make it out clean? We'll leave that up to the judges. Jody Drexler out for number 1 barrel. Larry Solomon, West Coast Amusements, look good out for number 2 barrel. Bobbitt Roofing and Clint Solomon is in 3rd after a bit of a slow start. Let's pick them up as they head around the first 2 corners. LH Accounting and Jody Drexler leads the way with the Remax outfit. West Coast Amusements, Larry Solomon in true fashion, just having a nice run out there in the middle of the track. Bobbitt Roofing and Clint Solomon is in 3rd. We've already come to the 3rd corner, and Remax Realty and Jody Drexler leads the way out there. In 2nd is Larry Solomon with West Coast Amusements and Bobbitt Roofing. Clint Solomon is in 3rd. As they round the 4th and final corner and come to the Limit Drive this home stretch, Heading to the Yorkton High-End finish line. Jody Drexler leads away for the Nancy Johnson Remax, and they are not going to catch him off the number 1 barrel tonight. A hit number 4, Larry Solomon, West Coast Amusement second, Robert Griffith third, heat number 5. Well, maybe we had a clean heat there in heat number 5. We'd sure like to see it, ladies and gentlemen. We will see. But we can find out once the girls let us know what the times were. We also like to send a shout out to JDC Feedlots out in town here. The crew donated straw for all the drivers there, and we certainly appreciate them ever so much. We'd like to thank Cornerstone Credit Union, Yorkton Auction Center, the UFA Foundation, Vitality Veterinary Services, NBC Radio, Maple Ag and Outdoor, Flannan Sales and Services, Rocky Mountain Equipment. Thank you so much for being a part of the Westland Insurance Chuck Wagon Races here in Yorkton. We appreciate you, all of our sponsors, for being a part of the Yorkton exhibition. Heat 6, we'll call you out. Clayton Harvick, Wayne Solomon, Ronald Sanderson, drivers in Heat 6. Clayton Harvick, Wayne Solomon, Ronald Sanderson. Oh, here we go. Our times from heat number 5. It is Jody Drexler running the track to the time of 64.95 plus 3 for a lane. Larry Solomon, West Coast Amusement, 67.51. Clint Solomon, 68.11. So only heat 4 will be our only penalty free heat so far. Got another penalty there. Clint Solomon, Robert Griffith, and the West Coast Amusements, Larry Solomon outfit as they make their way back. So still the Casey Peterson outfit sits number 1, and Calvin Harvick sits number 2 for the 64.98. And I believe sitting in number 3 spot will be Dave Brooks. There's the Jody Drexler outfit for the Nancy Johnson Remax. They were off for number 1 barrel to left. All right, we're going to roll down to heat number 6. And Clayton Harvick for the Yorkton Auction Center will be leading them in. He'll have the checkerboard wagon. Barrel number 2 will be Wayne Solomon for Big B Farms. And barrel 1, Ronald Sanderson for Yorkton Tribal Council. All right. As we roll in here now for heat number 6, leading them in is Clayton Harvick. Riding for the Yorkton Auction Center. That's Jamie Moore and family there. They run a nice business here in Yorkton, just outside of town. Clayton Harvick comes to some Shido with the checkerboard wagon. He'll be in barrel 3. Wayne Solomon, one of the founding members of the EPCCA, he'll be out for the number 2 barrel tonight for the Big B Farms outfit. Barrel number 2, he's got the rays on the front. And the number 1 barrel will go to Ron Sanderson for Yorkton Tribal Council. Joey Constant will be at the lines tonight for the Yorkton Tribal Council outfit. So this is heat number 6. Clayton Harvick, Yorkton Auction Center, will be in barrel number 3. Had penalty trouble he had last night. Wayne Solomon is in barrel 2. Barrel 1, Ron Sanderson. Good luck. Heat number 6. There's the horn. Send them around the top. Let's see what they can do. Hold it all up. Good Sanderson out there. Giving the tornado off right. Getting him out clean. Oh, the driving Joey as they head out of town. But Clayton Harvick, he's waving the checkerboards out front. Says, all right, Wayne, you can catch me if you can. Yorkton Auction Center. And Clayton Harvick is ahead as they head around the 4 first 2 corners. He's ahead by 3. Wayne Solomon, Big B sitting in second. Yorkton Tribal Council and the Ron Sanderson team sits third as they head into the 3rd corner. It's Yorkton Auction Center. And the Clayton Harvick outfit is ahead. Wayne Solomon, Big B Farms in second. Yorkton Tribal Council and the Ron Sanderson team says, all right, I'll go in along the rail, and sitting in 3rd. But it's Clayton Harvick. Yorkton Auction Center leads the way. They're going to have trouble catching him. Wayne Solomon is sitting in second and Ron Sanderson in 3rd. But it's going to be Yorkton Auction Center. Look at Wayne Solomon starting to catch up. Wow. Big B Farms is going to a little longer track. And Yorkton Tribal Council, Ronald Sanderson in heat number 6. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic race we've had here in the first half of the wagon show, ladies and gentlemen. now's the time if you're feeling a little parched, now's the time to run to the midway. Head up to the beer gardens, which is available right at the top. The NL Corral is right at the top of the grandstand, ladies and gentlemen. You don't even have to go to the beer gardens for your cocktail of choice. The midway is open, all kinds of refreshments in the concession booths as well. We're going to take a 15-minute intermission, ladies and gentlemen. When you hear the sound of the klaxon, that means you're going to need to get back here, ladies and gentlemen, because that means that the track has been held and the drivers are going to be making their way back. So when you hear that sound of the horn, that's your turn to make sure you get back to the grandstand, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give you the times on the heat number 6 here in just a moment. And again, this is just the first half of the wagon show, ladies and gentlemen. There is a complete 6 more heats of junk wagon racing to come in the second half of our show. We're going to have those times here in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we certainly appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us here in Yorkton, Saskatchewan. And on behalf of the Yorkton Exhibition, we certainly appreciate your time and effort for coming out. Joey Thompson, wow, good driving off the number 1 barrel there for Yorkton Travel Council and the Ron Sanderson team. Wayne Solomon off the number 2 barrel from the Big B Farmers outfit. He had a real nice run out there, and we're going to give you the time. Out of heat number 6, Wayne Solomon, 66.04, 66.04. Good enough to put him in 3rd for the night so far. And Hartley in 4th for the night so far. Clayton Horlick, 65.38, 65.38. That'll be good enough to put him in 3rd for the night so far. And Ronald Sanderson, 67.13, 67.13. So on the break, leading it, Casey Peterson, 63.90. Calvin Horlick, 64.98. Then Clayton Horlick, 65.38. And Wayne Solomon, 66.04. And in 5th spot, unofficially, Dean Brooks, 66.60. Those are the unofficial top 5 as of the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you so much. Now's the time as we have a 15-minute intermission break.